Alright folks, today we get to talk about Mace and Endurance. So in the fleet video that I put out last week, I had called out that the Endurance was the worst capital ship and Mace sucks and all of that stuff. And primarily I'd said that because most of the Galactic Republic ships are all cannibalized by the Negotiator. So if you have Mace and the Negotiator, you'd obviously want to put the best ships with the Negotiator, given that it's the better fleet. But a lot of you called me out in the comments saying that, hey, Endurance is not the worst fleet. It's actually got a lot of good potential. And I dismissed it right away. So I'd like to start off the video with an apology to all those guys. Endurance is definitely not the worst capital ship out there. As long as you get creative with the comps, there are actually quite a few very interesting comps which can enable the Endurance to do well in fleets. Primarily due to the target lock synergy that Endurance has and the ability to recover banners and just in general give defense to the ships and be really survivable. So I wanted to put out a few I took a few videos in my arena climb yesterday and got actually pretty successful with the Endurance along with a few Empire ships with the target lock synergy, and I just wanted to share those with you guys. Just to start off some conversations on what we can potentially use Maze with. So here's the comp. It's fives with the TIE Bomber, which needs to be 7 stars, and the TIE Advanced, followed by the Emperor's Shuttle and Clone Sarge. You really don't need the other ships, but they're just there as a backup. You need fives to establish a fast target lock and get TIE Bomber to taunting. With the TIE Advanced, the taunt is going to stick because target lock is never going to go away. And then Emperor's Shuttle to just heal the TIE Bomber and dispel debuffs as needed. So this is a Snips version, Ahsoka comp that I'm going against. I go ahead and with a 200 speed 5s, he'll always go first before the enemy ships. I apply a target lock on Anakin so that even if he goes under stealth, he can always be targeted by Mace's ship. And then I start spreading the target locks around. Here you can see I've Houndstooth has started taunting, so I attack him with the target lock, and then with the special ability I go ahead and apply burning. Now you can see TIE Bomber is 7 star, but he's taking a beating, and he is able to withstand it because of all the extra defense that he gets, both due to the target locks as well as due to the Mace's capital ship bonus. Now I get the Emperor's Shuttle and I heal up the TIE Bomber, which is pretty crucial because you need him to be around. And then I start applying more target locks wherever I can. I dispel the Valor whenever I can if I'm able to access Jedi Knight Anakin. And then with this one shot, I'm able to take him out with Emperor's Shuttle. And once Anakin is out, there's really no more damage on the team. And now it's just a question of taking the others down in time. And the rest of the ships are pretty tanky, but there's enough damage on this team to get the job done. So the next reinforcement I get in Sarge, just because of the extra Galactic Republic synergy. But you can also get in Gauntlet. You can get in TIE Fighter for a little extra damage. Depending on how your situation is, you can decide what you want to do. So you notice over here, I'm only cannibalizing 2 Galactic Republic ships, Clone Sarge and 5s from the Negotiator fleet. These days, I have stopped using 5s anyway in my Negotiator fleet because I don't like to start with him because he gives too much TM and control to the opposing team. So I like to start with either Rex, Y-Wing, and Anakin, or Anakin, Ahsoka, and Houndstooth for the extra retribution synergy. So that basically leaves my 5s and Sarge free to use with Mace if needed. But you can really go even with a full Empire lineup if you want to replace 5s with a really fast Imperial TIE fighter. You can do that. And if you want to replace Sarge with, say, Gauntlet for extra healing, or any other ship like that, that's any other Empire ship, that should be fine as well. The main thing is Mace's ship just gives you the ability to attack behind taunt, even if as long as you apply target lock to your Anakin or say Han's Millennium Falcon, you can even target them when they're behind stealth or behind the other debuff. And Mace's ship with the ultimate also gives a tremendous amount of survivability. So you'll see now in a moment when the ultimate goes off, the ship is able to recover tons of, you know, gets retribution to everyone, which helps with the extra damage dealing, and gives just tons of bonus protection to everyone, which can't be dispelled by anyone, undispellable. And you can use this time with the Gauntlet as well as with the Emperor Shuttle to heal up the rest of your ships so that you ensure that you end with full health and full protection on everyone. So that's the great thing about this particular lineup, especially in GAC, is it gives you complete control of the battle, and it gives you enough time to recover health and protection so that you end with decent banners. So here you see again I'm using the shuttle to recover some more health and protection. I got Sarge in over here, and Sarge acts as the additional tank to take in some additional heat from TIE Bomber, and Sarge also has the additional ability to recover protection by himself as well. He's also got some target locked synergy, so it works out well over here, along with the Galactic Republic synergy that Mace gives. So this one was a victory. This was the very first battle that I tried with this particular lineup, and then I thought that given that this fast fives with Empire can work against Galactic Republic against the Galactic Republic fleet, I thought why not try it with Tarkin in the lead instead of Mace, given that Tarkin also has got tons of target lock synergy, and he's able to give offense up to the Empire ship. So maybe I should be able to get more damage done against Negotiator fleet and be able to take them out faster. So I use the same ship lineup, but with the Tarkin instead of the Endurance fleet, to see if something similar can be done against them. So here, unfortunately, you'll see over here that I start off applying target locks everywhere, but my ships are not able to survive long enough. And you can see over here my TIE Advance was taken out, and then the TIE Bomber was taken out shortly enough as well. And I thought maybe it's because this particular lineup has got fives and not Ahsoka, so that's why it may be they move fast and they're able to get the damage done. So I went with the same fleet against fives with the Endurance this time. So same lineup against the Endurance instead of Tarkin to see if it still gets a job done. And Endurance makes the fleet slightly more tankier. Maybe it's the extra 15% defense, but you can see over here both my TIE Advanced as well as my TIE Bomber, they're a little more survivable. They're not as easily taken out as the previous battle with Tarkin, and I'm able to get the shuttle in, dispel all debuffs, apply buff immunity on everyone, and take Anakin out. And once he's out, Fives was taken out pretty easily enough as well, and now the battle is very much under control. So I can at this point get in my Gauntlet or my Clone Sarge, but now I'm just with the target lot, getting the damage done, getting healing whenever I can, and just surviving till the end of the battle. So the battle is pretty much under control once Anakin and Fives are out. So a second battle that I had with this particular fleet, and happy to say that this one also worked out, and I was able to get the win with against a Negotiator with a decent amount of banners, just because of all the protection recovery. But the best part about this lineup is you don't have to relic any unnecessary ships. Most of us already have fives relicked up, including Vader and Emperor as well. And as long as you get TIE Bomber to 7 stars, you should basically be there in terms of requirements. You'll notice that the TIE Advance is a little low on health, but I can always use Emperor Shuttle to heal him up, or Mace's ultimate ability to keep him in the game. In that regard, I think Gauntlet might be a better reinforcement than Clone Sarge, just because he's able to provide that extra bit of healing to all Empire ships and give them a little more durability. Plus, cleansing debuffs is also is good fun. Alright, so that's the end of this battle. I did try out versus a few other comps as well that I wanted to show you guys. So I want to show one more battle against the Anakin Rex Y-Wing combination, and this one it ends up being a failure. I tried a couple of battles. I'm able to get the target lock on Anakin, But problem is with the buff immunity which lands, and with the fact that Viving is able to dispel the taunt from TIE Bomber, it ends up not working, and the enemy ship can go and target Vader, or just take down the TIE Bomber with the reinforcement which comes in. So this one was really probably won't be able to work if you've got Viving in the team, but did have a success against a couple of other lineups that I showed a little before. So what's the bottom line? Endurance is not as hopeless as we all think it is. I mean, with the right comps, it can do a decent job. I mean, it definitely won't work against Malevolence because Buzz Droids are going to kill the TIE Bomber too fast. And it may not work against some comps of the Negotiator. But the point is, if it can work against a couple of arena level Negotiator teams, it can definitely work against all the B level fleets that you see in GAC. So Endurance might, with Empire, might be a good back pocket team to have, just to clear some of the other fleets and end with decent banners given the protection recovery. But that's not even the point. I mean, the broader point of this video is that the fact that now we have two fleets is forcing us to come up with additional, more creative counters to the meta fleets. Before, when we only had to keep one fleet on defense, everyone would keep either the Negotiator or Malevolence and then use the Negotiator or Malevolence to counter it. But now we are being forced to come up with all these creative counters and creative ideas. And a lot of ships that we previously thought were not really good or great, now we can mix and match between factions to come up with these new creative counters, off-meta counters to some really strong ships. We all know that now Radus can beat the Malevolence with quite a lot of consistency. I've been using it to climb for the last few days in Arena as well. And now we know that the Negotiator also can be countered by a lot of off-meta options as well. So I'm really loving all of these new strategies which are coming up to counter the Malevolence and Negotiator. I'm hoping that as we go forward, we'll see more of this stuff coming forward. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's definitely more stuff that I've got ideas for that I might be putting out in other videos that you can probably see in my GAC videos as well. I will catch you guys later.